escape is an escape so great, only God could accomplish it. How many of us in this room have ever had God do something that literally no one else could have done in your life? No one. Absolutely no one. Absolutely no one. They may come to their senses and escape from the snare of the devil after being captured by him to do his will. The big eye-opener in verse 26 right here is that the devil also has a plan for your life. God's will for our lives has a slick and deceptive counterfeit. So originally I wrote the point, God's will for our lives has a dark and deceptive counterfeit, and the Lord pierced my heart and went, Even though we know that everything of the enemy has to be dark, he can also masquerade as an angel of light, the Word of God says. So it does not mean that you would not necessarily be aware that you were in darkness. How you would know, is it truth or a lie? But to say that it always looks dark, that's not necessarily true. Normally it looks dark, but it can also masquerade as light, and we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of that. You see those words, after being captured? Look in 26. In the Greek, it is a perfect passive participle form of the Greek verb zogreo, and it means literally being captured alive. A snare is something that has a hold on us. It's a dominion sin. It's something that either keeps us held or it keeps us coming back. Sin is something we do. A snare is somewhere we stay. And we have a love-hate relationship with our snare because we know it's got us. And here's where I want you to see the counterfeit. Because the gospel is to catch us alive. The devil's own plan is to catch us alive. The will of God, catch us alive. The will of the enemy, catch us alive. It's just that they have two completely antithetical agendas of what they want to do with us once they get us alive. Okay, look at that part in 26, 2 Timothy 2:26. Look at the part now toward the top of the verse where it says, I hope you notice this, and may come to their senses. Come to their senses. Y'all, this is the most interesting word. Ananetho means to become sober. It actually means to become sober again, because that A-N-A on the beginning of that Greek word means again. One of the differences in a snare is that there's an intoxicating effect to it. That when you're trapped in it, that you're not even clear necessarily of mind. Somebody can sit down with you and try to talk to you about it, and you're just like all fuzzy about it, like you don't even get it, like you're in complete denial. You may know what I'm talking about. Just intoxicated, not clear. Have you ever felt like you've come out of something and gone, what in heaven's name did I just do? Am I the only one I need to just see? Is anybody, like, what am I doing? Like, in your right mind, what in heaven's name are you caught in? Anybody? But it truly does have that effect. That the snare, that word that come to their senses, means that they would wake up out of that drunken stupor, out of that intoxication. I can tell you right now that anybody that has gone into recovery for a drinking binge, that the first thing on the agenda in any recovery place I've ever seen, and I've seen some, is to sober up. The first day or days are spent sobering up, because nothing happens. The addiction does not ever break if you never sober up. So we're asking for God to set all manner of people free from whatever they're all ensnared in, when the first thing that needs to happen is they've got to wake up. They've got to wake up, because there's no talking someone into it. God has got to wake them up, and He is perfectly capable of doing it. God has got to wake us up, and He is perfectly capable of doing it. The great escape is an escape so great, only God can accomplish it.